What's good, people? Do you want to know how to instantly limit your turnovers in NBA 2K22? Learn every type of pass you have at your disposal and how to do them. Well, this video is for you, as I'm going to go over how to improve your passing to generate points in NBA 2K22 on current and next-gen consoles. Alright, let's get it. Before we go into the controls, I'm going to go over one key element you must add that can lower the amount of turnovers that cause you to yell at yourself in disbelief that you actually threw that. And it's slowing down and looking in the immediate area of the guy you're passing to all the way up until you hit the button to pass. This principle obviously applies to Madden, but you want this to carry over to 2K as well. So obviously look to see if your target is open, but then also check around to see the closest defender to him, and if there are any potential guys roaming or in a full-out sprint ready to pick off a pass. The first guy you think is open isn't always the best guy to pass to. You want to limit the situations where in your mind it's, oh, he's open, pass instantly, unless you're on a fast break and have the clear numbers advantage. Because your opponent in their mind will also go, oh, he's open, sprint, interception. I use this clip as an example, but this is probably the last thing my opponent processed before he hit pass. He saw his dude was open and that was good enough. Surveying the court can force you to slow down and not make as many mindless passes and actually see if the pass you're about to throw is actually a safe one based on the defender's new position, because the image in your head of them being open to make your pass probably is old news by now. I want to show you two situations where you may not think you're predictable but are easy steal opportunities. When you pass to the corner for some relief on the ball handler after getting stoned, your opponent is anticipating you passing it back. Excuse the usability on these two plays, but you get me. Also, when the ball handler runs into their teammate's defender, so their guy's open for a quick second. You see it, but so does your opponent most times, so don't blindly throw this pass. Alright, first off, we got icon passing, which ties every player to a specific icon on your controller. So by bringing up R1 or RB on your controller, there's no confusion in who you're passing to when you hit the icon. Now in combination with that, if you aim the left stick in different directions, you can then icon lead pass your target to put them in a better position to score or shield them away from a defender. So let's say you got a guy running to the corner. If you hit R1 or RB and then the icon while aiming the left stick to the right, you will push him towards the bench and basically guarantee he's behind the three-point line. Or doing the same setup and aim the left stick towards the left, you will then lead him to the hoop, which you want to do if you see the lane is open. Or even aiming down, you can almost throw the ball to half court and thus keep it away from a defender. You can also hit L1 or LB after hitting R1 or RB to pass to the player closest to the basket if you see somebody come open quickly. And to remove the icons after you've brung them up, you do so by tapping R1 or RB again. Now, if you want to get proficient at alley-oops, you're going to want to know how and most importantly when to throw them. Majority of the time, the guy you're looking to throw an alley-oop to, you must make sure he has a clear lane to get himself near the hoop and not get blocked by a defender and thus, bam, you just threw a turnover. The less common situation where you can throw an alley-oop is if you have a player standing underneath the hoop on the opposite side of the ball handler to slam it home. And if this situation occurs, you can just toss it up there. Now the controls are completely different for completing an alley-oop on current and next-gen consoles. On current gen, once the player has an opening to catch the ball, you still need to just double tap triangle or Y on your controller to connect. Now on next gen, a meter has entered the equation, but it isn't as hard as it seems. You ideally want to land inside the white tick to avoid getting slightly earlys or lates or straight missing the meter completely. But you still have a good shot of connecting on the alley as long as it lands inside the green. Now you're also able to alley-oop to yourself, and you want to make sure you're driving towards the hoop with a clear lane before you do, as no, it won't warp you through traffic. You have to have room to move into. And to do so, you double tap Y or triangle while driving. You will find yourself doing this mostly on fast breaks unless you play a team that's on the level of the Kings or somebody and the paint is wide open consistently. On next gen, you won't run into this problem, but again, you will come across the dunk meter, where you will have to hit square or X to complete the oop by stopping it as close to the white tick as possible. After the second tap of Y or triangle, hold it until the ball leaves your hand, and then let go and hit the shoot button as close to the white tick as possible when the meter swings around to complete the dunk. Next, let's go over the bounce pass. Its purpose is it allows you to change the angle of the pass to get by a defender, making it harder for them to intercept. Now to do it, you aim the left stick towards your target and then press circle or the B button on your controller. It works because you want the ball to be moving towards the ground as it moves towards the defender and rising back up once it passes them. Now since the game won't let you pass between anybody's legs, you still must have a passing angle to perform this move and not hit it off a defender. Now on next gen only, you can perform a bounce pass alley-oop by aiming the left stick at your target and then pressing X and circle or A and B on your controller. Next we got the fake pass, which you do by holding triangle and circle or Y and B on your controller at the same time to fake a pass in a certain direction. The fake pass is your friend. This can help you slow yourself down if you find yourself throwing quick turnovers, and or it can get user defenders out of position thinking you're going to pass to another guy who's open, ultimately freeing yourself up for a shot. Next we got the lead to the basket pass, which tells the teammate to break towards the hoop when you aim the left stick at who you want to take off. Then hold triangle or Y on your controller, and when you want to pass it to them, you simply let go of triangle or Y. Now beware, if you haven't passed it to them by the time they get under the rim, the game will automatically pass it for you. So if a guy didn't get open for you, this is bad. So to cancel, double tap R1 or RB on your controller. Now on next gen, it's toned down considerably. First off, you only have to tap the button, but you automatically throw it regardless, so the opportunity for a turnover is higher if the defender is in position to defend it. Next up is one of my favorite type of passes, the skip pass. The purpose of the skip pass is to pass to the furthest guy in a given direction. So it basically avoids the problem of two of your teammates in the same general direction. And if you hit the pass button, you will pass to the guy closest to you. But by holding X or Y on your controller, it will skip the immediate target in favor of the guy furthest away. This is very beneficial when you're driving and you see somebody coming open on the opposite side of the court. And just by holding the pass button, you will throw a dart over to him without worrying about bringing up the icons looking to see what his icon was and hitting him before a defender comes over. Now if you find yourself never needing this skip pass, you can disable it altogether by going into your options, then controller settings, down to skip pass, and then disabling it so no matter how long you hold the pass button, it will be a simple pass. Next we got the handoff pass, and the benefit of it is it gives you an easy pass to a possibly more threatening player without risking a deflection or interception, and basically erases the defender if they're playing tight coverage or straight up in the passing lane. And to do this, you aim the left stick at who you want to receive the pass, and then hold circle or B on your controller to hand the ball to your teammate. Now to get into fights with your friends online, if you spam it, to perform a flashy pass, you aim at your target and double tap the circle or B button on your controller. Now let's talk about full receiver control, which lets you freely move around with the selected receiver you're aiming at with your left stick. And to activate this, full receiver control must be enabled in controller settings before anything. And enabling this will replace the handoff pass I went over earlier, as you will be using that button to pull this off. Now enabling full receiver control lets you put guys in a better position manually, making them cut, get out of the way, whatever. And then you can force the computer ball handler to pass you the ball by letting go of B or circle once you successfully put your player in position to score. Now you can roll the ball inbounds by pressing triangle or Y when you're inbounding the ball, but of course make sure no defenders are near you. Doing this can save the clock when it starts to work against you late in the game, or you want to make your human opponent mad. Now lastly, let's go over the pass target profile settings, where if you go into your controller settings and all the way down to pass target profile, this lets you adjust what do you want to favor when you pass the ball. By default, the pass distance and direction will always have a near 50-50 split, and there's presets that favor openness and direction as well as custom. You don't want to touch the pass direction too much because if you lower it, the game will start to ignore where you're pointing with the left stick when you pass. Pass target openness cranked all the way up will select for you who the most open is, and all you have to do is hit the pass button. So to the naked eye, you could look like a prime Steve Nash when all you really did was hit one button. And pass target distance will always have you favoring the guy furthest away. So with that, I hope this video was able to help you guys out, and if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to Sports Gamers Online for more NBA 2K22 content. And once you're with us, hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. Alright people, I'm Chris. Thank you all for watching.